Do you believe in true love? Like that there's only Sam is the only person for you?
Absolutely not. Not even close. I mean, let's be logical here. There's like 8.5 billion people in the world. What are the chances that I happen to meet the one person that I would have been compatible with? Welcome back to the Frustrated Podcast. Abby made me wake up extremely early. This is the first podcast we've ever filmed in the morning. So we've got like a little morning lunch routine going here.
That would be called breakfast. But,
well, it's called the lunch table, so it's got to be lunch. But we're having like a
brunch.
4 in the morning lunch because you're making me wake up. I set my alarm at 3:45 in the morning just so I could accommodate Abby. I'm kidding. It's like 9 a.m. It's like 9 a.m. right now.
Well, technically it's like 4:30 in the morning in Hawaii.
Spain.
No.
Or
Spain
no,
works in
Spain,
reverse.
it's later.
It's like
Yeah, you're
2
right.
o'clock in the afternoon.
I woke up so early. I had my morning coffee. I read my daily horoscopes, and now I'm ready to go.
Your daily horoscopes? You're actually doing
this? I don't
this?
drink coffee. I do not drink coffee at all. I do want to talk about our Zodiac signs, though. I saw this online the other day, and I think I wrote down, like, just the personality traits of both of our Zodiac symbols. Let us know in the comments if you guys are into that kind of stuff. I'm a Gemini. I was born in June, and you, if I'm correct, are a Libra?
I am a Libra.
So for me, a Gemini, let's see how accurate these are, okay?
Okay.
A Gemini is highly intelligent, intellectual, adaptive, and good at communication. I would say maybe communication would be the one.
Keep
for
going.
me.
What's Libra?
All right, Libra, it says you've got charm, elegance. I know you're going to agree with those. But then here's the one where they just throw everything out of the window. Avoids confrontations.
I saw that.
Oh, man, that could not be farther from Abby.
So you said going into this podcast, you were like, let's talk about our Zodiacs. And I was like, okay. So I did a little bit of brushing up on the topic. And I did the same thing you did. I was like, what are the traits of Libras? And I went in there and I was reading one. And Brandon, I literally took a screenshot of that line specifically, and it said avoids conflict. And I was like,
you saw like elegant. You're like, oh, yes. What was the other one? Charm. You're thinking knocking this out of the park. Avoids confrontation.
So
it says hates fighting. If you don't know Abby, he's a little feisty. I mean, so am I. I'm not saying that I'm not either, but we're a little feisty from time to time. We've been in an argument or two in our lives.
Okay, but I don't know if I'm feisty. This is the most self-unaware thing I'm ever going to say in my life. Anyone who's
We're going to get into a fight about whether or not you fight. Is that going to happen?
But I don't think I'm feisty. What I do think I do is just like, okay, this is what like the old Italians used to say. I'm a nudge. Like I'm a guy who just pokes and prods. But I don't think I'm feisty. Like I don't think I go into conversations and I'm like, what do you think about
you're
this?
Not looking for a fight?
It depends. Like, okay, this is what happens. I nudge people. I nudge them. So I say, like, I bring up a topic. And if you're not playing ball with me, then I turn on the sticks. Then I turn up the heat a little bit. I'm trying to be nice. I don't even know you, and I'm trying to play ball, which people don't like, right? When you meet me, I treat you like I've known you for 40 years. People don't like that.
No, they don't. So that's the funny thing. Abby is notorious for making horrible first impressions because he will talk to you like he's known you for 40 years, which is funny because neither one of us are even 40. When we say Abby treats you like he's known you for 40 years, we don't mean he treats you like family, he's loving. We mean that he will bust your chops and make fun of you to your face in a funny way, but it's like the way you talk to your buddies that you've known since you've been in middle school, not the way that you met someone, 3 minutes ago. Like, if you see someone for the first time, you will be like, wow, that is the biggest nose I've ever seen in my life.
No.
Maybe you save that for someone like me that you've known for 10 years.
No, that's incorrect. Slander on my name. You're going to get a subpoena in the mail. That is such a lie. I do save that for, like, hour 8. Like, if we're on a bachelor party in the morning, I'm reserved. I'll shake your hand. I'm like, hi, how are you? What do you do for a living? And then by like 2 Diet Pepsis in, I'm like, brother, you have the biggest mole I've ever seen in my life. That thing has a...
Hour 8. Hour 8 is very generous. I was thinking like 30 minutes.
But that's how I treat
30
family.
minutes in, you just let the floodgates go.
But this is where it's a slander. You're like, this is how I treat family. This is how my family shows each other we love each other. You guys,
and that's hey, you're consistent. I'll give you that. You treat me the same way you treat your family, the same way you treat some random guy you met 5 minutes ago. But that random guy you met 5 minutes ago might not be ready for the full Abby experience yet.
So this is the number one question I get at work, right? Like, and everything, and people get to know me and they don't know my wife, and they're like, you definitely have to be different when you're around your wife. And I'm like, I don't think I am. And then finally you get to...
she's known you for 18 years.
No, but
Were you making fun of Kayla's nose the first time you met her?
I think we used to call her the paper clip or something like that. There was like a...
What?
I don't know.
What does a paper clip have to do with a nose?
I think it was a cross between... It had nothing... Well, what's wrong with my wife's nose?
Well, no, not now, but you said that she got a nose job.
She did get a nose job because Joey Coates broke her nose. When she was 4 years old, he threw a football in her face.
Oh, slander on your wife's name. You didn't mention that.
I never
You said that you both got a nose job, and you said, I broke my nose 3 times. You didn't mention her.
She broke her nose when she was... Unsubstantiated, though, Brandon, I will say. She said when she was
here we go.
She said when she was 4 years old, Joey Coates threw a football in her face and slanted her nose. I'm not so sure that story's true, but she will scream to the heavens that it is. Mine, confirmed. It was already messed up, but Anthony Spagnola with a headbutt when we were playing soccer knocked that sucker into the next planet.
So really quickly, I looked up a couple celebrities that are Zodiac symbols.
Well,
or do you have something? What do you got?
No, very similar, but I went an alternate route, right? Because I was thinking Zodiac, so I was thinking Zodiac Killer, and I was like, I wonder what serial killers have which Zodiac signs.
I think, am I Ted Bundy?
I think you are. I think
I am. I know I have a good one. That's a Gemini.
I got to look up the
Which
list.
serial killer is a Gemini? All right, here, I got the celebrities. You look for the serial
killers. I'll look it up. Yeah.
So Gemini, this is my Zodiac symbol. Angelina Jolie.
Hot.
Pretty good. You ready? Tom Holland. Suave dude.
Spider-Man.
Here's where it goes south. Here's where things get a little worse. Kanye West.
Oh boy. You know,
that's not one that I want on my side.
Besides the horrible, blatant anti-Semitism, I do see a lot of like similarities between you and Kanye.
How?
You both have beautiful teeth. You have a great smile.
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
You are free thinkers. You don't let people tell you what to think, right?
Okay. I like that.
You have a knack for, being stubborn, like angry. You can, like, the paparazzi will get to you. Like, if someone posts your address online, you're like, these freaking commenters who found my address.
I mean, that seems like a reasonable, like, I feel like Kanye loses his mind for unreasonable things. Someone posting my address online seems like a reasonable time to get upset.
Yes, but I think you could go down the rabbit hole of Kanye. Again, sans anti-Semitism. Like, I think you could, if you got addicted to, isn't he addicted to laughing gas? Have you heard that?
I didn't know that.
Apparently, like, mixed with his bipolar.
Like laughing gas that you get at, like, the dentist office?
Yes, his dentist.
How do you get addicted to that? I thought you said he had good teeth.
Well, remember, he got his face, he got all of his teeth replaced with diamonds.
Oh, so he's got fake nice teeth.
No, he had nice teeth before. Remember, he got.
Oh, then he had them replaced with diamonds
through the wire. Yeah, but all right, go forward, Kanye. Yeah, very similar.
Those were the 3 that I had for me. For you, you got some good ones, dude. You got some good celebrities.
Serena Williams.
Serena Williams.
This is
a Libra, by the way, for Abby. You don't like Serena?
I hate Serena.
Like, you don't like her personality?
Exactly.
All right. Well, you got Serena Williams, which, all right. Kim Kardashian.
I also hate her personality. I'm starting to get a trend here.
And you ready for the last one? Will Smith.
Jesus Christmas.
Those are big celebs. I mean, those are A-list celebrities, though.
I guess the answer is like perception is reality, though. Like, so.
All like billionaires.
Not bad. Not bad. I'll take the money, but those are probably three of the most abrasive scumbags in all of Hollywood.
You're holding up four. You're holding up four.
Oh, me.
Those are four of the biggest scumbags in the world. Yeah. Kim K, Serena Williams, Will Smith, and Abby.
God, I would rather.
Here's one thing that I thought was fun. You ready? So I looked up, are Geminis and Libras compatible with each other?
Very.
Yes.
Yes.
It said highly compatible. They have a similar love communication.
We do.
And that love communication was talking a lot, which was spot on for us.
Screaming at each other.
Screaming at each other. But they said they make great couples. So we would make great couples if we were together.
I was going to ask you, because there's a difference between like, zodiac signs that you fall in love with or are friends with. And I think we're more of a fall in love with couple.
I think we were fall in love.
Which is
I
gross.
believe so.
Which is gross because my mom's a Gemini.
Is she? Oh,
Yeah.
That's something weird going on here.
Yeah, that's what's Oedipus?
Freud?
Yeah, well, Oedipus, Freud, it's all the same.
So I think the problem with that is, like, if you're compatible as in friends, I feel like you're going to have a nice, long friendship. If you're compatible with love, man, that could be dangerous because if things don't go well with this podcast, we might have a blow up of epic proportion.
Because
we're also both passionate.
Oof. Maybe we're just Spanish and Italian. Like, I think that's what it is.
I think that's more of what it is, because I'm not really a big believer in zodiac symbols. Also, this is kind of on the side. You mentioned that, me and your mom are both Geminis. So that's like a weird connection with me and your mom. Then me and your wife are both Italians. We both have had big noses. We're both kind of, passionate. There's a weird little, like, connection between me, your mom, your wife. I might have to back away from this relationship, me and you, because this is starting to get weird.
Okay, I agree with all those parallels. The only thing, I want to get it out of the air. I think you're handsome, but you're just not my type. Although I think, in Dubai,
it would have been weirder if I knew you before you knew your wife.
That's true. That's true.
But we met after you were already, well, you weren't married, but you guys had already been together for a while. Or should I say that that's weird that you seeked me out as a friend? I was looking it up. There was like a scale of like, a Gemini matches well with this, and a Libra matches well with this. We were the highest you could be. We were like a 5 out of 5 on compatibility.
You think we should just probably end this now so it doesn't end in like an utter divorce so we can save our marriage of friendship?
Possibly. It wouldn't be a bad idea.
How do you, so did you do the comparison with like, so this is what you were saying before. You, Kayla, very similar, both fiery, both Italian, both big nose.
When's her birthday? What's Kayla? Is she's not a Gemini.
She's a Sagittarius, which is my father.
Man, you got some weird like triangle going on in your family.
Oh, you want to hear something with the dates? She's got the same birthday as my sister. I have the same birthday as her grandfather and her stepsister.
Wow. I have the same birthday as my wife's mom. My mother-in-law were both June 12th. And then my dad's June 8th. My mom's June 10th. I'm June 12th. My due date was the same as my mom's. And then I was like a couple days late. But yeah, a lot of June birthdays.
Back to the couples, though. I love Sam. Not sure the feeling's mutual, but I love Sam.
Sam loves you now. But as we were talking about earlier, Abby hits the ground running when he meets you. And I think Sam is definitely a little bit more reserved than someone like me.
For sure.
So I think it took her a little while to get used to it. Now she's fully on the Abby wagon. But are you going to ask me what her zodiac symbol is? Because I don't know.
I was going to say, I was like, I don't think me and Sam are alike at all. Like, she's very...
That's funny.
She's very
So
reserved.
Sam is a Scorpio.
That sounds fiery.
And what is yours? You're a Libra?
Libra.
So Scorpio and Libra compatibility, challenging. Their relationship could be challenging it could lead to friction.
Yeah, so I know as much as I am abrasive, I know my place in life. And I think not because of Sam. I think it's purely because of me. I know my own limitations at this point at 34 years of age. I think I'm a small dose guy for Sam. The more like we can spend like every 6 months together for a couple hours, that's the sweet spot for Sam. And
That's a good amount of time.
Dealing with the old Abster.
I want to clarify, I am not into Zodiac horoscope things at all. I did a little Google research yesterday and wrote down all these things.
The Chinese stuff, I believe it all. That stuff is absolute. The snake, the horse, all of that thing.
The monkey, the dragon.
Oh, the rat. That stuff is canon. I don't know who made that up. What character or even could have been the son of God. But that stuff on the Chinese menu at a buffet, the most accurate.
Those are spot on?
What are you? Are you dragon? Horse? No, I'm horse.
No, I remember growing up, I wanted to be a monkey so bad. I thought the monkey would be awesome. I think I was a rooster. Is that one of them?
Oh, that feels right. That feels right. I almost
just like turkey, just getting mad at like a dust particle that flies by because I think it got too close to me.
Has a 10-second memory and then just sprints down the road.
Yeah, that's spot on. So, all right, you ready for some spirit animals?
What's a spirit animal?
Each zodiac symbol has their own spirit animal. I am a deer, which that doesn't seem like a very good spirit animal. Like a deer is like easily spooked, runs away from everything. That one doesn't sound very good.
Get killed, like very stupid. They're one of the
runs
animals.
in the middle of the road and gets hit by cars. Is that what I really want to be known for? Do you have a guess what your spirit animal is?
I'm gonna think something awesome. You know me. I'm gonna go pterodactyl or dragon.
I mean, you're on the right track with the pterodactyl, kind of. You're a
Pigeon.
Swan.
Whoa.
A swan. Dude, swans are jerks, man. Have you ever walked by like a swan in a park? Those things are nasty. So they say that Libras are known for their swan cry. Can you give us a swan cry? Like, can we hear you verbalize your swan cry?
What, so is a swan cry negative or positive? Because to me, a swan
I don't know.
is
This
swan.
is all up to your interpretation. You're the Libra here.
All right, so here's my swan cry.
Just let it out. Let it out.
Hello, baby.
What? I'm thinking like the sound a swan would make. Like a squawk or something.
Oh, I thought you meant it was personal to me.
No, like lions. They say they're known for their roar. I don't know what sound a deer makes. They didn't even tell me that I had a sound, but they said that Libras are known for their swan cry.
Wouldn't it be swan song?
Yeah, that's true too. I don't know.
Okay.
Just give us whatever sound you feel comes to you that a swan would make.
Okay. Sure.
Hey, that's it. That's your sound.
I feel like I nailed it. No,
that was pretty good. I don't know if it was intimidating or not, but that was good.
I don't think I've seen a swan. I think I've only seen like...
I'm telling you. Maybe I'm thinking more like geese, because geese are pretty nasty. But like the sound that I'm thinking, I'll give you my sound of what I was picturing. Your wife and your son are walking in a park. You got your son in a stroller. Oh, Raphael points over at the geese or the swan and he's laughing.
Mira.
And this thing walks over. It's trying to scare you off. And it just does like a... I don't know what that was at the end there.
I think it would do like a...
It sounded like your stomach when you haven't eaten, which is me right now because you made me get up at 4 a.m.
Well, you spoke about... You mentioned geese. First of all, swan, overrated animal. Second, geese. You were talking about geese. I put that in the topic list. Those fat pieces of crap. Why are they so protected?
Dude, geese are the worst. My neighbor growing up had a goose. It tormented everybody. I remember one time my parents were going for a walk, right? And they were gone for a while. I'm like, where are they? I look out the front window. This is not a joke. I swear to God, this is real. I look out the window. My dad is running with my mom on his shoulders, and they are sprinting. And about 5 feet behind them is my neighbor's goose chasing them down the road. I wish I had this on video. It was the funniest 10 seconds of my life.
That is the most. If my mother was ever on the back of my father and they're sprinting away, there's probably like a mass casualty shooting over here in Pennsylvania.
Not a 19-pound goose. Dude, this thing was nasty. It would bite people. Like, they also had a pig. They had a pot-bellied pig.
Brandon, how do you fight the allegations here?
What?
How do you fight the allegations?
The funny thing is we didn't live on a farm. He just lived in like a normal residential house, and he had a pot-bellied pig, a goose, and then 2 dogs, which is a little bit more normal.
Dude, you're the same. Again, I hate to use this terminology because people in the chat are being like, you're a little too mean to Brandon, so I'm going to soften the blow. Scumbag. You're the same scumbag who's like, I lived in a Philadelphia suburb my whole entire life. It
was one neighbor. One neighbor. It's not like we all had goats and sheep walking around. Like, this one neighbor just liked having farm animals.
Okay, all right. That's fair because Orestes did have Clea, the pig. Did I ever tell you about Orestes' pig?
No. What happened? So my neighbor's pig, it was a massive potbelly pig hit by a car. So what happened to your friend's pig?
Clea, he bought Clea in college when he was at Rutgers, and he thought, oh, it would be cute. It's a little pot-belly pig, like a small, no, not pot-belly, a teacup pig. And he was like, oh, this will help me get chicks. He did. Sure enough, he got his first girlfriend. Life was living good. He, in fact, did not buy a teacup pig. He bought like a wild boar, and it grew to the size of like 200 pounds. And it used to like,
what?
Terrorize the household.
Aren't those dangerous?
Dangerous. Clea was a menace to society. Clea was so protective. She would attack any girl who would walk in the house. So if Kayla like came to visit, they would have to like raggle Clea up into the corner to make sure that Clea didn't attack Kayla. Again, this was supposed to be
the funniest name too. Like you're like, oh, I've got this cute little pig Clea, and then you walk in and he's got a wild boar that's trying to rip your head off.
He's half Greek and half Chinese. What do you think happened to that pig?
Boy, he must have fed a lot of people.
It was. Okay, it's unsubstantiated claims, but there are thoughts and beliefs around the family and around the friend group that the family feasted on Clea. Again,
cannot be confirmed or denied, but they ate pork every day for the next year after the pig died. Wait, did they like slaughter the pig, or they just like waited until it died naturally?
No, you can't eat it once it dies naturally because then it's like
true.
sick.
Yeah, you can't eat that food. Yeah.
Listen, if you had a gun against his temple, I'm not sure you would even get the truth out of this story. He claims he sent it away. He loved Clea. Clea was everything to him. But boy, did his father gain like 15 pounds after Clea died.
I mean, also, what are you doing with a wild boar in like a New York City suburb? Like, how much land did he have for this thing?
Oh, his house is smaller than mine. Like, it's like 100 by 50 foot like property.
That feels like abuse. Like, a wild boar needs probably some serious amount of land.
Okay, I don't want to put PETA on this man's name. I will say, Orestes treated Clea like a queen. He was fantastic to her. And to be fair, again, all alleged, but to be fair, they have like a farm property in upstate New York, and I think he used to take Clea there oftentimes to pasture.
That changes the story a lot. Okay, that's a lot better.
Okay, so how did we get here?
We were talking about swans and
geese.
Then geese and then my neighbor having a pig. But okay. I want to go into, or what do you got? What do you got? Because I want to talk about our weaknesses of our zodiac symbol. Well, we have weaknesses, not just, I've been talking about the strengths.
This is what I was going to say to you. I was just quickly going to say, I was driving down my town and right by the river. And you got to stop for these geese, which is super annoying. Like, they take their sweet time crossing the road.
What do you want to run them over?
No, I do not. But I'm just saying, like, they have wings. Why can't they just fly across the road? I don't understand what's so hard.
It's not like they're intelligent. It's not like they're humans with wings. These things have brains the size of like a walnut.
I was thinking about like how many people are just flying by and killing geese.
Especially where you live. Like some guy running late for work. He's like, forget about these geese. Bam.
Yeah. Not to be funny.
I could see that happening.
The next day on Facebook, I was having that thought. The next day on Facebook, I see like a news article of like this guy who just plowed through geese and like he's like under like federal investigation. Like his whole life is ruined.
Wow. That's messed up to run through a road full of
he's
geese.
A scumbag.
Federal investigation might be a little aggressive.
Like they
like 25 years in prison. Like, who'd you kill? I killed like Larry. Oh, who was that? It was the goose in North Jersey.
Yeah. What are you
a little aggressive?
Like, what are you in for? And he's like, arson, the Boston Marathon bombings, and the geese killer over here.
But still,
no,
you shouldn't just be able to get away with running through a road full of geese.
Oh, scumbag. Jail time. I absolutely, yeah, whatever. We can get into a longer debate. What's my weakness?
All right. So I'm going to go with mine first. Gemini. Okay? My weakness are
straight legs.
Not having straight legs.
Weakness.
Legs. By the way, don't get me started on my bow legs. If I had straight legs, I'd be like 6'5". Not really, but that would have given me at least a few extra inches, which would have helped me on the tennis court, and maybe I could have gone pro.
Yeah, okay. If that
coach started on my bow legs.
If that coach would have put you in the third quarter, you would have won state that year. No,
I would have had it. So,
weakness.
All right, one of my weaknesses is easily nervous, and that's dead on.
Are you?
I got that from my mom. My mom's a little bit of a worrywart. I don't know about, maybe nervous isn't the right word, but I'm stressed very easily. I get stressed every single day.
Are you really?
They say stress is like a silent killer. I'm going to die when I'm like 43 because of the
Are you like clinically stressed?
I don't know if I don't want to like, if someone actually has like a medical condition that they're stressed all the time, I don't want to like belittle their problem and say that I have that. But I am always stressed. And I will be honest, when I like sit back and think about my stressors most of the time, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like I'm stressed that my YouTube video isn't performing well, or I'm stressed. Like right now, my biggest stress. Do you want to hear what my biggest stress is right now? That it's keeping me up at night other than my cat, which has been a nightmare recently. But what's your guess?
It's just going to be a laundry list of issues related to me. It's like the podcast is not doing well.
No, you're not on there. My biggest stress right now is that it doesn't rain this weekend because I want to play my Buckingham tennis championship. And if it rains, we have to play inside, and then nobody watches us. But when it doesn't rain, we play outside, and the whole club watches. And I love playing in front of people. That's my biggest stress right now. I wake up in the morning and I check the weather and I'm like, 60% chance of thunderstorms.
My biggest stress right now, we should have like this is nice.
A stress off? You have a child right now, so your stressors are going to be more important than mine off the bat.
No, my number one stress is sardines.
What?
Sardines.
How does that, that one of them's going to slip into your mouth one day when you're not paying attention?
No, I wish. I love sardines. No, it's a whole, I wouldn't say it's a fiasco, but see, my cousins are here from Spain, and we keep wanting to have a barbecue where we sardines, which is a little like,
Whoa. Pause. The words you just said, we're trying to have a barbecue where we sardines. What does that mean?
Where we cook.
Is that like a term, or did you just misspeak? Because I'm confused here.
I misspoke. I've been flipping between Spanish and English, like on a dime. I'm missing words. Which, one thing, I know we're still going to talk about our weaknesses, but let me side note this.
Yeah.
People from foreign countries, I love you, but you got to shut the hell up with the way I try to pronounce your language. I'm damned if you do, damned if you don't. When I speak Spanish... Your
mom and dad are from different countries.
No, I'm saying like, if If you talk to my parents, they're from the good old US of A. They forget those roots half the time. But no, if you talk to my cousins, right? They all, listen, it's a comedy podcast, but I'm going to get serious, even though this is still comedy. They all speak English fluently. Don't worry, your cousins are coming. They speak English fluently. But this is what they do, right? They speak English. The whole conversation, 5 hours, Yankee Stadium, we watch a whole game, all in Spanish, nothing. And then I notice they're snickering. Like, I'll pronounce one word. And I'll be like, no le toques eso. And they're like, why'd you say toques like that? And I'm like, okay, yeah, you know
it's
what?
like, you know what I mean.
And they're always with like, that's not the way we pronounce it. And they're always like trying to correct you. Meanwhile, no offense. You want to know how they speak English, Brandon?
Sure.
Can you please pass the water over? And dude, of course, I'm not going to be.
I'm not laughing at the accent. I'm laughing at the lack of self-awareness where that's how they're speaking English, but then make fun of you for pronouncing a Spanish word slightly wrong.
Exactly,
that is funny.
Dude. It drives me up a wall. And I'm like, okay, I understood what you asked for. You wanted a water, and I'm applauding you for trying to speak my language. But if I get one word wrong in a whole paragraph, how about you don't try to
jump down your throat?
Yeah. Listen, I'm trying to be as accommodating as I can, and all of a sudden you're like, can you believe this guy?
All right, so let's go back. You ready? So my weaknesses. Nervous. Again, I don't know nervous, but I would say easily stressed is what I would relate to. Indecisive. Which, I don't know. Would you, I'm biased. Would you say I'm indecisive? I don't know if I would agree with that one.
But you just asking, like you don't know if you're indecisive.
That's true, the way I said it. Am I indecisive? Maybe.
Possibly. I do
struggle sometimes with like picking where we want to eat dinner that night, things like that. But
well, it's like the old meme, right? It's like the old meme that says like, anytime I give my friends life advice, I end it with, I don't know, though, because I don't want to be in charge of, like, the reason that they screwed up their entire life. So it's...
I do that.
Yeah.
We probably all do that to a degree, but...
It's like, yeah, you definitely should not do heroin, but I don't know, though, you know?
I don't know. That's just my opinion. Don't listen to me.
That's just...
So here's your weaknesses. Do you want to hear your weaknesses?
Probably silence.
One of them could not be farther from the truth, and one of them is spot on, in my opinion. Okay, the first one, we've kind of already been over this, but it says, escapes conflicts at all cost. Avoids confrontations. That is, hey, again, Abby is one of those guys that is very, very passionate. I think a lot of this still, I would say, roots in your Spanish, I'm Italian heritage, but we'll label it under our Zodiac symbols. I would not say you escape conflict at all paths. I wouldn't say that you seek conflict out, but you get in some conflict sometimes.
Can we have a little bit of a therapy session, though? A little bit?
Sure.
Like, can we get a little...
Do you want to hear your other weakness, or do you want to go down this rabbit hole first?
I'm not trying to get into a conflict. Do whatever you want to do.
There it is. Now you're going to be overthinking everything. All right, let me give you your last weakness. Holds grudges easily.
Okay. Is that one you agree with or disagree with?
My thing was that was the one that I agreed with. But, I don't actually think you hold on to grudges as long as people would think you do. Like, I think people would think, Abby, grudge. I think someone will be on your crap list for a while, but you usually make amends. I actually think you try to mend, issues a lot.
Thank you, my friend. Yeah. Again, maybe pot calling the kettle black and probably have to, get myself out of the own, spiral that I've caused.
I'm not going to give details, but... The times that I've known you where you've gotten into serious
the meatball fiasco.
Whether it was, there's a meatball fiasco. We don't have to go down that road, but there is a famous meatball fiasco in our friend group that tore our friend group apart at the seams for a while. And I didn't know if Abby was ever going to speak to some people ever again. And I will say, when you're in a feud with people, it deeply bothers you.
Yes.
In a good way, I'm saying. Whether it's your fault or not your fault, you will do everything in your power after you cool down. You're like me. When we get upset, sometimes we say things we regret. But you will do everything in your power to sit with that person and either apologize or talk through it and try to make amends. So I will say holding grudges, I would not say is a weakness of yours, actually.
I would agree. I don't think I do hold grudges. I think I have like microaggressions a lot. Like, but not something.
Oh no, your aggressions are macro, but then you have macroaggressions. But then once you cool down, you feel bad and you try to apologize.
So sorry.
Those are not micro.
I flipped over a table and told everyone to to kill themselves. Oh, microaggression in North Jersey. No, sorry. I meant micro grudges. Like someone will.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Someone will grab the hummus with like there's pita chips on the table and there's tortilla chips, and the tortilla chips are clearly for the salsa, and they will grab the hummus with the tortilla chip, and I'm like, I hope every single person in that person's bloodline just absolutely evaporates, and then
you get over it quickly.
Just maybe 5 seconds later, I'm like, wow, that was boy, that was bad. That was a crazy thing to think of over a pita chip.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say you have many grudges.
Yeah.
But you get over them quickly.
Yeah.
What was have you ever been to a fortune teller? I mean, I know that's different from Zodiac signs, but in my mind, it's kind of the same. I don't really believe in either one.
Well, Diana Shinnick. Does that count the same? No, she's a medium. Those are different. My mom believes in the medium big time. And the medium, especially when you're like a public figure for you, like they could just go through like hours and hours of podcast
What's a
clips.
medium? Like they can talk to the dead? Is that what it is?
They can talk to the dead. I don't know though, Brandon. Listen, I simultaneously don't believe in any of this stuff and simultaneously believe in it all. And I know...
I knew the Zodiac stuff you weren't really going to buy. I knew I'd get you with the psychic a little bit.
Okay, the psychic I don't believe because I want the psychic... I don't know. That's a catch-22. I want the psychic to just like call something out to be like, yeah, on June 28th, 2027, you're going to get a flat tire. But
they don't do that. You know what psychics do? They tell you the most broad things. Yeah. And then one of them is they're going to be like, you have a friend that's sad. And it's like, all right. And then you're like, oh, my friend John is sad right now because his dog died. And you're like, how does she know? And it's, well, all right. She said you have a friend that's sad. She knows there's probably a good chance out of all the people you know that one of them is sad right now. And then she festers on that. And then it's like, oh, well, why is he sad? Well, his dog died. Oh, his dog. And then they're just really good at saying generalized things and then focusing in on them. Do you think psychics are complete frauds or do you think they're crazy? Do they believe what they're doing? They're just crazy? Or do they know, I'm just running a complete racket here?
Complete frauds. I would say in the scale of who I believe the most. I think the number
one. Or they're
50-50.
Some psychics are just completely nuts and think that they're actually telling the future. And then other ones are I'm completely lying and taking advantage of these people.
I don't think any of the psychics are actually psychic. No, that's kind of crazy.
Have you ever been to one or no? I think it'd be fun. Steve and I wanted to make a vlog.
I was just going to say,
but we didn't know how to do it in a way where we weren't just outrageously and upfront making fun of the person, which I don't want to. I think they're crazy, but I don't want to just be making fun of them to their face. I wanted to try to do it in a tasteful way.
Then let's do a vlog of it. Not a vlog. Let's do instead of a vlog, more of a podcast. Steve can come, but where it's
interview a psychic. That would be fun.
But where on the surface we're this is just bull crap. We're here to make fun of you, and they play ball. I want one of them who's
what if we did an episode where we actually had just a session?
Yes.
Where they were telling our future.
Yes, I like that. Let's do that. Steve can
And
come.
then we can hey, I think it's a bunch of malarkey, as you said, but I've never been to a psychic. Maybe they're onto something. So if we go into an episode with an open mind, that could actually be a really fun podcast episode. Let us know in the comments. Would you want to see that?
Yeah, that's actually something we should see in the comments. I think it's very similar to Zodiac signs, though. Like, you only take the positives, right? The Zodiac signs has your weaknesses, but they don't belabor.
Not even the positives. You take what you want to take. Because, like, if you go to a psychic and you're, like, upset about something, that's the only thing you're going to listen
You're going to zero in on, which is...
Or the other way around. If you're looking for something good, that's all you're going to listen to.
So what's more credible, a psychic or a therapist?
Oh, I mean, I think a therapist is completely different, right?
I don't know, though, but what you're saying... Listen, okay, I believe that therapists are important, but what you literally just said is like you're just going to harp on whatever you think.
That comes down to the person. I think there probably are a large percentage of people that go to therapy and probably don't grow because they're only looking for a specific answer, right? Like, I want them to blame my parents for my depression, and they're going to ignore everything the therapist says except for the things about their parents. But I think there's a lot of good that therapists have done for people.
I think
legitimate work.
I think personally they work, but there's that old adage, if you go to couples therapy, you might as well just drive past it and go straight to the divorce attorney. Like, do you believe?
Because they're going to, like, split you up?
Yeah, there's no way you guys are coming. Honestly, they have to have about a 0% success rate. I've never heard of someone who's like, we went to couples therapy and our life has changed. He totally doesn't cheat on me anymore. I seriously, like, don't overcook the eggs. Like, everything is perfect.
I mean, does it all come down to, like, people don't change? Like, I don't think it's the therapist that's causing the divorce. I think it's like, people that are going to couples therapy probably have some problems and are probably going down that road anyway.
For sure.
Or are you blaming the therapist? Are you saying, like, nope, this dude's literally, he's the guy pulling them apart?
I don't know, though, because again, it's like, I just feel like you're exacerbating the problem. Like, you're going to couples therapy and you're turning it into a thing. Where it's like before it wasn't a thing, but now it's like formalized. It's like, oh my God, this has gotten
and they're going to point out every little thing.
This has gotten so bad.
But what if that therapist just legitimately thinks you guys are better off separate? Or is that none of their business?
Yeah, relax.
Because after I said it, I was like, whoa, that's a lot.
It's like you're an aggressive person. It's like, screw you. I'm not aggressive. Get out of here, big guy.
What if he's like, are you a Libra? Would you walk right out?
Well, all right. One thing, here's a little sidebar, a little snack, if you will. Do you believe in this? I love how we talk about the most serious topics, and it's like just ridiculous. Do you believe in true love? Like that Sam is the only person for you?
That is such a wild turn, but I love the question. I mean, do you want me to give you a real answer?
Yeah, no, I want, we are nothing but sincere on this podcast, my friend.
So the question is, do I believe in true love? Like there is only one person in this world for me.
Solo uno.
Absolutely not. Not even close. I mean, let's be logical here. There's like 8.5 billion people in the world. What are the chances that I happen to meet the one person that I would have been compatible with? Now, did I meet a person that I'm extremely compatible with and I love and I will always cherish and adore for the rest of my life? Yeah. And I think that's a small percentage.
What do you think the actual percentage?
1% or 1 in 1,000, 1 in a million, whatever you want to say. It's probably a low percentage of people that I would have been compatible with. Because me and, like, Sam is a saint for being compatible with me because I'm difficult with a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
And your wife is the same way. The fact that she can
I take a lot of slander on my name.
The fact that your wife can deal with you and my wife deal with me. Come on, we're a lot to live with.
I take a lot of slander. I'm not confrontational.
Not a lot of people could live with us, Abby. That's a fact. I don't think we could live with each other, even though we are very compatible.
I'm not confrontational, but I will disagree. Well, I'm happening to find a little bit of disagreement in today's episode. But I know I'm a lot. I get it. I do the dishes. I do laundry. I'm caring. I do think about feelings. Like, I am a very I'm a very hard worker. I do a lot.
But
of
I'm not saying that you're a bad person. I'm just saying you're a lot to handle, and so am I.
But
I do a lot around the house too, but I also don't like a lot of foods, and I'm working 24/7, and I get upset because it's going to rain on my tennis tournament, and that's all I'll talk about for a day. Like, I'm a lot. There's no doubt.
I literally think, obviously, the world of Kayla. Like, top echelon AA Wagyu beef. Wagyu beef, my friend. That girl is the cream of the crop, not even blowing smoke.
Calling your wife Wagyu beef. I know what you're going for, but man, it's just so funny knowing your wife too. Like, knowing your wife, Kayla, like, I know I've obviously hung out with her a lot, and just being like, there's that Wagyu beef. It just sounds like, I don't know. It just sounds weird. Like, you're literally calling her a piece of meat.
Okay, this is bad. 3 times this weekend, anniversary, 17 years. Shout out the love. Love you, sweetie.
Yeah, wait a second. You said it's your 17-year anniversary. I went to your wedding. It was like 4 years ago.
Oh, don't
you guys still count your dating anniversaries? I feel like once you get married, the dating anniversary
No.
Which I'll give you is garbage. No, I'll give you that because me and Sam have been dating for over 10 years.
Yeah.
But if you look at our anniversary, it's 3 because we met young. You guys met even younger than us. So Abby and his wife met in high school. So they've been together for like 17 years. But you got married 4 years ago.
One of the biggest annoyances on this planet Earth is at weddings. You know that thing at the wedding? I don't know if you guys did this because I might have been bleeding at the time.
Oh, I want to get into that story. Put a pin in Abby bleeding at my wedding because it's a great story, but we'll come back to it.
You know when the DJ goes, everyone who's married, please come to the dance floor and we're going to listen to Ed Sheeran.
All right, my couples, come to the dance floor. Like, you get something like that. Okay, all the couples to the dance floor.
No, they actually soften their voice though. So the music kind of like, they have like Celine Dion or Ed Sheeran playing and they're like, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been in a couple, like, please come to the dance floor to like acknowledge the happy couple. Yeah. And then the DJ goes, if you've been in a, to the bride and groom, if you've been married for 4 hours, you can leave the dance floor. And then, the like bride and groom leave. If you've been married for 1 week, leave the dance. If you've been married for 1 year, and me and Kayla.
And then it ends with like the couple that's 85 years old and they've been married for 60 years. It's a great thing.
But we get screwed every freaking time. I want my round of applause. 17 years.
You want your 15-year like token?
Yeah, I want to be like one of the final 15 people on the dance floor because obviously we know the divorce rate in our country. Like,
people look at you guys like, oh, how long have you been married? 4 years. Oh, young love. And you're like, I've been with this girl for 17 years.
My freaking sister and her husband, they've been married for like 13 years. They have 2 beautiful kids. How long do you think they've been together as a couple?
What were they dating for like a couple of years before they got married?
Exactly. They've been dating
so you've been with your wife longer than them, but they're like celebrating their 15-year anniversary.
And they look like big shots on the dance floor, like true love. Oh, it's different. We were married. Shut up. So, again, that's a big pet peeve.
It's such a funny thing to be mad at, but I love it.
3 times this weekend, homeless person, peddler, and sushi chef all commented on like me being a gargoyle and Kayla being beautiful. The homeless guy was like, good job, brother. Like, as me and her were walking by.
I've gotten that before too. Like, hey, good work. Something like that. I literally I was at a wedding. I had one of my like best friends growing up. His dad. He gave me like how did you get her? And I was like, all right, at what point is it mean? Like, at some point, like, he didn't even like, it wasn't even like a nice job, man. It was like that's your wife? I was like, whoa, all right. Now it's like insulting at one point.
We went to an authentic Omakase restaurant where, again, the chefs, born and raised in Japan, barely speak English. Beautiful scene. Of course, he can't say anything in English, but he can cobble together the 10 words to make me feel like a hideous like piece of crap. Because he was like, they came over with like a matcha cake for our anniversary, and he goes, years, and I go 17, and he was like,
oh, that's fraudulent on your part, though.
Oh, screw you, fraudulent.
That's fraudulent. He must have looked at you like, how have these guys been married for 17 years? They must have gotten married when they were 12.
He goes, too young. And I go, high school, you know. And then he's like, very beautiful. And then he bowed at me. He went like this. And I was like
he pointed at your wife, said very beautiful, and then bowed at you.
And then bowed at me as like a symbol of respect as like the High King Emperor of Japan. Like the same.
He's like, how many goats did your family give her family? Like,
how many bluefin tunas did it take to secure this broad? And
that's great.
I'm kind of sitting there like on my like 14th piece of nigiri, and I'm like, I got my face filled. I'm like, I don't understand.
You got soy sauce dripping down your neck.
I got matcha all over my shirt, and I'm like, I don't understand why nobody compliments her on me. Like, this is crazy.
Belly hanging out from the pounds of sushi you've eaten that night.
I know we've been going for a while, but I do want to bookend a little bit of the sushi story because I think it's a little important, and then we can get into lunchtime or anything that you wanted to get into.
Yeah.
Omakase. I love it. I know you're not. Are you a big sushi guy or not? I know Steve is.
Yeah, Steve loves his sushi. I like sushi, but I don't seek it out very often.
Okay.
Maybe just because I'm cheap. That's possible.
That's why, yeah. So you would have been furious. So I went to Kyoto in New York City on the Upper West Side, and it was technically like a budget omakase. And then when I said that to Kayla,
what did you do with your child?
Raphael was being watched by my sister, and he crapped all over the couch within like 10 minutes of leaving. So that was a disaster.
Not your problem.
No,
or was it your couch?
It was my couch.
Oh, I thought that they were watching your son at their house.
No, it was a disaster. So we go to Sushi Kyoto, and it's like a budget omakase, but budget in New York City is like still $150 a person. And when I think I said that by accident to Kayla, and she was like, budget omakase for our anniversary? And I'm like, whoa.
Oh, what are you doing there?
The podcast views are good, but they're not tremendous. Like, we don't even have a sponsor yet. Like, so, okay.
I've been working on a sponsor, by the way. I might have a sponsor for the next episode, but we'll get into that next time.
Oh, I'm going downstairs kissing Raphael on the forehead and being like, life's different, brother.
It's not going to be very much. It's not going to be a big sponsor, but it could be a start. Anyway, go back to your budget sushi that you got for your wife.
So I'm watching TikTok. So I'm watching TikToks, and it's the best value omakase in the city. Very authentic, beautiful. It was still like $125, $130 a person. I read online like they're very nice to you, and like again they'll give you as much sushi as you want at the end. And I was like, as much sushi as I want. Hell yeah, brother. So we went through a beautiful omakase like meal. We got an appetizer. 14.
Is it like a fixed price kind of thing? Like,
price.
You pay $120 and you get the experience. You get all the courses.
You get all the courses.
Okay.
Chef's choice is literally what I think omakase relates to in Japonese. So we go through all that, and I'm pretty full at the end, right? And then he brings out like his selection of meat, and he is like almost friendly, like not trying to sell you more. And he doesn't speak English very well. So he's like, come on, more? And I'm like, all right, well, if you're giving it to me for free, then sure, I'll take some more.
If this goes where I think it's going.
So
oh, no.
Kayla's not even full. And I'm like, sweetie, come on. Like, it's almost offensive because Japanese is all about respect to the culture. I'm like, don't offend the guy. Get another roll. And she's like, all right, I'll muster it up. He goes, what do you want? And I go, I trust you, brother. I trust you. So he gets cuts up baby barracuda. I was like, I've never even had barracuda. Didn't know you could eat it. Does a beautiful presentation, gives it to us. Tremendous. He goes, come on. You can have another piece. And Kayla's like, no, I'm legit.
No.
I'm legit done. And he's like, almost like, come on, big boy, you can have another. And I'm like thinking in my head, all right, I'll have another. I'm like, this guy is the sweetest. You know where this is going if you're listening to it.
I know where this is going. This is the difference between a guy from Japan and a guy from Japan who's been in New York for a little while.
Oh,
He was a businessman.
oh, that guy knew how to sell like Jordan Belfort in Wolf of Wall Street. Of
Did
course.
he kind of like hide behind the language barrier? Like, oh, like he purposely tried to make it seem like he was giving you free sushi.
Yes. Again, also, they put you in an environment where it would be, again, like rude to ask, like, is this going to be extra? Like my mom would ask. And like Kayla's aunts would ask.
Yeah.
But no me. Too classy.
How much money was the extra sushi on the bill on top?
3 pieces of sushi cost us like an extra $65. And not to...
What? Wait, 3 rolls or 3 pieces?
No, they're nigiri, so it's like little pieces.
What?
I was gonna burn...
I would have been furious.
I was gonna burn down the whole restaurant, Brandon.
The funny thing is, like, if that was our parents, like if that was my dad or your parents, like
they would have
they would have been like, I thought this was for, like, they would have flat out said it. Obviously, I would have just paid the bill and been furious afterwards. But wow, that's flagrant.
So it turned like a $250 bill, right? It was like I think it was like $112 a person. So I was like, it's going to be like $225. Then you put some tip on it, give a nice $50 tip, $275. Really expensive. Don't get me wrong. But for Omakase, that's pretty good. That's usually like per person. It came out to like $425. I was like, dude, I spent like an extra $200 for those like 3 pieces of sushi and to flare that sake.
That's a rough bill. I don't think I've ever had a food bill that high for just me and Sam. I mean, probably not a shocker.
I wanted to grab...
Normally our bills are like $50 or less.
Not to get too graphic, but I wanted to grab the sushi like sword and plunge it right into my soul and be like, oh, this is it. This is the assisted, like, this is it. But whatever.
Do you know how many views we have to get to earn $425? We haven't even earned $425 in the history of this podcast so far.
Oh my God, please.
That is great.
Share the podcast, watch the podcast. Let's get into whatever you want to get into or lunchtime. I think my mom...
Well, you made me think of it. Guys, we are obviously on YouTube. That's where most of you guys watch us. But if you want to listen to us, if you're in your car, if you're driving to work, going to school, whatever you're doing, we are on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. We're on anywhere you can pretty much listen to podcasts. So go over there, rate us 5 stars. We have links in the description for Spotify and Apple Music. So go over there, give us a listen, give us a download. It definitely helps out the podcast. Should we finish off with lunchtime, Abby? That is where we take a comment from the previous episode and either debate it or answer the question.
Yeah, I think we should do that. I think I came up with the name of our fans before they were the Lunchables. So I like the Lunchables. Oh,
you got a new one?
I would say the Lunch Crew, right? That's what we used to call ourselves at work.
That's what we always called us at work. Oh, that's perfect.
The Lunch Crew.
The Lunch Crew. That's what I literally still talk to, like, if I'm talking to my parents about back in the day when I was at my old job, I'll be like, oh, I'm going river tubing with like the PVH crew or the Lunch Crew. I'll still say that.
Yeah, so
I like
the Lunch Crew.
The Lunch Crew.
Or the Lunchables if we want to get sponsored. But until then, we're the Lunch Crew.
See, the thing about Lunchables is it could either get us sponsored or sued. It's a fine line. We're not sure.
Yeah, that's true.
The Lunch Crew is safe.
Okay. And then,
Do you have a lunchtime comment?
All right, Brandon. So here's the question. If Mr. Beast gave you $1 million, but only if you could spend it in the weirdest way possible, what ridiculous thing would you do with the money?
Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm going to buy a mansion or a car or just like put it in my investments. It has to be something weird.
Would you go on like the space shuttle? Would you do like the Blue Origin, like Katy Perry, and then kiss the ground and be like, oh my God?
I mean, I'm trying to think of a weird thing that would still make me money. Like, is there something that I could buy that's weird that would still appreciate? Like, could I buy like strange animals?
Could I buy like Bitcoin 10 years ago? Because technically that would have been strange. Yeah.
10 years ago or 15 years ago, that would have been weird. Now it's too mainstream.
Truly, $1 million, you can't generate money off of it. It has to be like something you
So
enjoy.
it's like $1 million experience kind of thing.
I think I do like a yacht trip with all my friends. Like we do river tubing, but on steroids, like in the Venice Canal.
No. That's not weird. A yacht trip is not weird.
Okay, then we go.
I mean, it's weird for us because we don't have the money to buy yacht trips, but like, you got to do something out there, man. Doing a yacht trip is not weird enough.
Then I force the weirdest combination of friends.
Or if you want to say like a yacht trip with like, I don't know, that could be it. If you want to be with weird people, I'll count it.
I do Leandro. I do McGarry. I do Assman. I do you. I do the weirdest concoction of humans we could. Steve's coming too. The weirdest concoction of humans we could do, and we go to like Burning Man or something like in like Shenzhou, China, where they do like they do an alternate festival for like Burning Man.
I was thinking like take a yacht trip with like an ostrich, you know, and like something really out there. I liked what you said about the shuttle. Like, I don't know if that's weird, but it's dangerous. I mean, like trying to like use my money to get into outer space. That would be cool. Also terrifying.
We buy a suite at the WNBA championship.
You know, that's funny. I was kind of thinking something like that too. Like waste all of our money like by buying my entire town tickets to a WNBA game or something.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, does that qualify as weird? We can throw Abbey Fest finally. That's actually my goal for 1 million subscribers is to throw Abbey Fest.
What's Abbey Fest?
It's like Fire Fest, but everyone has to be tangentially like associated with Abbey. Abbey Fest is an idea where I don't know everyone, but it's like the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, where they're all in like the Abbey Fest universe. So it would be
everybody either knows you or knows someone that knows you, kind of thing.
Or know someone that like knows me. Yes, exactly. Like Sam's college roommate and her friends could come.
Here's the one question I have for you.
Are we paying for it?
Are you paying people to go? Like, why would anyone want to go to that?
Okay, so
no offense.
I think there should be like some celebrity guests to entice Abbey Fest. Like Dua Lipa's going to do a performance at the pool at like 1:00. But besides that, no, people are paying their own way. It's kind of like Fire Fest, where it could be awful, but it's on your own accord.
I think it's going to be like Fire Fest, where it's like a notorious scam and blows up in your face and ruins your reputation.
Whoa. We're not supposed to profit on this at all. We're not. This is literally just so like the Abbey universe can see who's going to fight with each other, who's going to love with each other. We could people could get into relationships because of Abbey Fest. There could be generation of kids that are born because of Abbey Fest.
All right. I like it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. We will be back in 2 weeks for a brand new episode. Like I said, subscribe to this channel. Follow us on Spotify, iTunes, Instagram, and TikTok for clips. Go to Lunchalardo for Abby's takes on life. And yeah, like I said, we'll see you in 2 weeks.